Paris. City of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death. I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty? You're too kind, madame.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father? He never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat.
My God! What? Monsieur Carchon!
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
Hello and welcome back in another retro playthrough. This time I got for you Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars, the Director's Cut version. So this is a Director's Cut of the 1996 classic, one of the best, even the best, point and click adventure game. If you ever read the books by Dan Brown, you'll be at home. There are Templars here, there are lots of puzzles, there is lots of mystification. Absolutely amazing game. You will feel like home. So this director cut came out in 2009 on Wii, and then later on it was ported to PC. So the graphics are slightly updated comparing to 1996, obviously, but and there are few extra chapters where there's this prologue. In original we were not able to play as Nico, we only be able to play as George, so we have additional playable character. Some of the puzzles might be slightly different as well comparing to the original, but overall the game as a whole stays the same. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this playthrough. I'm gonna guide you through it, and yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think about Broken Sword. Did you like the whole series or only a specific ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There's also another version of Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars, called Reforged, which is a direct remake or remastered of the 1996 version, and maybe in the future I will feature it on the channel. That version is full 4K graphics with enhanced audio, but it doesn't feature the prologue with Nico, so that's why I decided to actually play this version first, and then in the future I might play the Reforged one. So buckle up and enjoy. I will disappear from the screen so you can enjoy the full game as it happens. Alright, so first of all, this is a classic point and click game, and here is a little bit of information. You have a briefcase icon to open your inventory, diary icon to access the diary, question mark to get puzzle hints, which can help you solve some of the puzzles if you get stuck, and spanner icon to save and restore a game and adjust settings. You can die in this game, so bear that in mind. There's also a lot of action that you don't need to do. You can do it as optional because you can then find out more background story. So let's start. First, let's inspect the corpse. So you can inspect the corpse by left clicking on it.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him.
So obviously we play as a Nico Kolar. She's a newspaper reporter. There is slight hints here what we can actually press, what we can actually pick up. So we can pick up this hair clip.
It was one of my hair clips.
Right now.
My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
And we can open his jacket as well.
Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
Let's pick up this
In his
ticket.
pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
I played through these games before, 1 and 2. I haven't played Reforged, so the proper 4K remaster.
Carchon had been shot.
I haven't played Broken Sword 3 and 4, but it played fifth. The fifth one was going back to the roots of 1 and 2. The 3 and 4 had mixed reviews because of the introduction to 3D graphics. I didn't like the look of them, so I never actually played them. In here, there's not much else to do. You can look at the books and look at
The bookcase was
all the
filled
stuff.
with obscure first editions.
but there's nothing else for us to do. You could, but let's go outside to the
The
hallway.
police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
Let's look at the painting.
A medieval pageant. Original, no doubt. The tapestry must have cost a fortune. Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
You can pick this up. This thing that is underneath the painting.
It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine.
Ultramarine
Just
paint.
the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
And let's speak to his wife.
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
We can speak to her or look at her. So if I click the right button, this will trigger the look action.
Imelda looked shocked, but still every bit as hostile.
But if you click right, you will
Excuse me, madame.
speak to her.
Yes?
And you can ask her questions about different characters that we already seen and about different items, or you can give her different items. So let's
I am
speak
so
about
sorry for your
husband
loss,
first.
madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way.
How did your husband know my father?
Exhaust
have
all
no
the
idea.
all
You
the
didn't know
options
him?
because that
Thierry
would trigger
Poulard.
another.
Pierre knew a lot of people
Conversation.
I didn't know, most of them women.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
She's better than police, so we can choose different actions. I believe saint or evil. Let's choose the
Your
saint.
husband
I don't think it
invited me here
matters.
today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already. I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
This conversation gives us a key.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
And now we can also... We should be able to open the door.
I thought of leaving, but was sure there was more to find.
Oh, I Is there anything else here we can take? Ah, yes. Let's pick that
I
up.
reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
And there is a hole underneath, so let's
Even
use
my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
a hairpin. So let's go into our inventory and drag it here. There you go.
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff.
And we can pick out that
Instead of
safe
comforting
key.
Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
And we can back out of this. Now let's use the key that we were given to open the door on the right. So drag the key and open the door.
Now we were getting somewhere.
So we are in the drawing room now. And inspect the paintings.
The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie?
Press this button on the left
There
side.
was the very faintest of clicks.
And if you inspect it again,
Behind the picture was a safe.
and we can use the safe key on this hole. That should open this. And now we can pick this up.
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what could I print on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't
So
know
that's
about the
very
art.
much like
And
Dan
Cauchon
Brown.
was
I wonder if
transparent.
he wrote his books sort of based on this game. I mean, there are so many things that you can. I know this kind of artifacts with carvings on them, and the carvings then reveals the message when it's painted. It's quite common in artifacts world, I guess, in the mystery world. But yeah, still. Okay, just inspect this table as well.
As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision.
Let's pick up
My
the
heart
elephant.
skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Cauchon had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
Another thing I absolutely love with this game is the soundtrack, and the voiceover is just perfect. Okay, we can look at this.
It was a sheet of blotting paper in a leather holder. Its cracked surface looked ancient, reminded me of its owner. I didn't need a
don't
sheet
even
of
pick it
blotting
up.
paper.
But-
Not while it was blank.
Let's combine two things. We combine the aquamarine with a cloth.
I smeared the paint all over the cloth. When I do messy, I really like to put my heart into
And
it.
now-
I hoped this was going to help. They don't make lace like that anymore.
Combine the cloth with the
I
artifact.
wiped the paint-covered cloth over the surface of the stone cylinder. It took me right back to art class at school. And Maurice, such a shame they had to fire him. Ah well, concentrate, Nick.
We can combine this artifact with this paper.
Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned. But what did it say?
Let's pick this up.
It was some kind of coded message. It read, subjudice. I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The Conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, subjudice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the Conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
Okay, there's nothing else we can do in here, so let's go out on this room and let's speak to the lady. And this will finish up this part of the story.
Did you find anything useful?
This carving, do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend, something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No, but I think it was important to him, always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask,
Don't worry. You were never here.
subjudice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
Surely they will find her fingerprints everywhere, isn't it?
Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the river. He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
Right, let's approach those locked gates.
The fence wouldn't move. This fence was a permanent fixture. The fence wouldn't move. It was the old boathouse for the conciergerie. If I was right about the meaning of subjudice, then the answer had to lie somewhere here on the quayside.
Do we have a key? No, we don't. Let's check the right gate. Oh, sorry. I remember
This
now.
fence wouldn't move either.
It's not this, it's the gate on this side, obviously. So, approach this gate. It's still closed.
I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move.
There are two puzzles
A
we have
strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
to solve. So, this is the first one. So we have to move this into position. Okay, so this moves up like this doesn't move like that, okay. So it's a very classic type of puzzles where you have to just move stuff around in order to move the lock. I'm gonna speed this up a bit, hopefully. Okay, so it's like that, it's like this. actually know which way it's supposed to be. I'm guessing. There's always a way to those puzzles, we just need to figure it out. No, not like this. Go.
Yes. One
So
down.
that's the left
one
one,
to go.
and one more to go. On the right side, there we go. So we need to move this towards the right. Okay, once you got this solved, it
Nothing
will
like a good
open
convent
both
education
sides.
for honing your lockpicking skills.
You can also look at this emblem.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before. It was embroidered on the lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track.
Now we can enter the open sewer
For
tunnel.
a room full of junk, that was one very sophisticated lock system. This place was definitely fishy. In more ways than one.
Let's move this. Old boat, old skiff.
Oops.
We can pick up this shell.
An old shell case. I wondered what that was doing there.
Now we can put our artifact that we still have into this hole on the right side.
Mystery solved. Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click. The words sinister and Dexter were carved on either side. Now any good convent girl like me knows the old Roman for left, right. But what did it mean here?
Right, so the solution to this is actually on this
Rolling
paper.
out the painted cylinder had given me a print of a secret message. It read, Sub Judice. Below it was a sequence of
So the
rolling
sequence of
out the
letters
painted
S, D,
cylinder
S, S,
had
D,
given
S,
me a
S
print of it. It read, Sub Judice.
actually means Sinister and Dexter. So we need to press the Sinister button once.
A satisfying click told me I turned it to the right position. It felt like tumbler.
Now Dexter button
Another
once.
click. Another step closer.
Sinister buttons twice. Now Dexter button once. And again Sinister twice.
I love the sound of locks clicking open.
So now we can take the artifact. We should find the artifact down here now. Oh no, sorry. I forgot about something. So take the artifact from the slot first. So we're gonna need that at some point.
I removed the stone cylinder.
So let's go back into the room.
Ut lex vel ut next sumito. To the law or unto death, submit. I guess these people didn't believe in liberté, égalité, or fraternité. Yes, I'll admit it. I was a swot at school. I also wore lipstick and the nuns never knew.
And let's put this shell casting on the doorway so the door won't block. And inspect the cross.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before. Oh my god! With nothing to hold it up, the cross dropped back down again.
Now we can pick up this shell casting.
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell case.
And operate the cross again.
Lifting the cross closed the entrance door and also opened some kind of stone panel. Ingenious.
But now use this shell casting, this bent one, on the cross. This will hold it in position.
The stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere.
Now we use the artifact again on this hole in the wall.
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life, but whatever had been triggered had now jammed.
Let's take the shell casting again.
I removed the shell case. The cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up.
Cool. And now we can open this door, as you can see here on the left side.
A hidden door. This was getting interesting. Shame the mechanism jammed. I was going to have to find a way to prise it open.
We can use the shell casting again, which is a pretty useful little thing.
Another good use for a shell case. Another secret room. Somebody had something to hide. But was it what I was looking for? Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
Right, it's quite dark here. So there should be a light switch somewhere here. I think it's this one.
Amazing.
There you go.
The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day.
That reveals us a big room that we can now inspect. Let's inspect this drawer on the left. And we should get a coded message.
Inside the drawer, I found a note written in some kind of code.
And we can inspect it again.
Damn, don't you just hate it when that happens?
And now we should be able to pick up another thing from it.
A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side. Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story. But there had to be more for me to discover.
Now we can inspect. There's a coffee cup here. We should be able to inspect,
It was pretty clear
and
from
the
the lack of
clippings as
dust
well.
that someone had been working very recently at this desk.
So let's click on all of them.
The dregs at the bottom of the mug hadn't dried out or gone moldy. It wasn't more than a day old. Oh my God! The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size. They were right about chocolate. But come on, guys, I'm a size 10. There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Carchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big and organized. I was part of it, and people were getting murdered. One thing was clear. Someone connected to Carchon had been watching me. This was the article I'd written about the costume killer. My suspicions were right. Carchon had cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case, the killer had worn a costume. A penguin, and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only link between the 2 murders. Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Carchon? My articles about the costume killer.
Right, now we need to decode the cipher. So the message is here, so right click on that message, and each of those symbols represents one of the letters. So the note has been written using a substitution cipher. This means that a different symbol has been used to represent each letter of the alphabet. To crack the code, you must correctly match all the symbols to their corresponding letters. Highlight a symbol, then highlight the corresponding letter. If you make a mistake, click on the Go Back button to step back, or you can reset the whole puzzle by clicking the Reset button. So we don't know exactly which one it is, but I'm going to tell you that this one is P, and that's correct. So if you follow with me, then this one, the next letter is, or if you click on I, you can do it from that way, is this one. Next is E, and that corresponds to this sort of looking N. Now this symbol that looks like a O, which is here, is R. So we have Pierre. This sort of other side C looks, it's F. The next one is U. And the next one is L. Pull. Then we have a RPO, so that will be report. So this one should be O, and another one is T. So this is T. Pierre full report to follow. So this one will be follow. So that's W. And this one will be but. B. That represents this one. But this, so this sort of looking N symbol is H. And this one is S. Almost there. But this is too urgent. So G is on this one, and N like November will be next one. And A will be this sort of symbol, looks a little bit like a R. Wait, urgent to wait. R now, and so D will be this U shape. So we only have little C, J, K, L, M, Q, V, X, Y, Z left. And next one would be, let's go for C. Yeah. Oh, we can go for K actually. Actually, no. Change my mind. We go for Y. So this symbol here will be Y because this is Yamada. So this one will be M. Both def. This is not a coincidence. So this weird shape is coincidence. I needed, it seems that all of us who came together in July, so this is J, and are in danger. Take. Great care. Dot, and this one is X.
I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X. I wasn't the only one to make the connection between the costume killer murders. I'd been right all along. That was why he had asked to meet me. But what did I know that he didn't? I had enough for a story. An amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Conscience to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Ronnie, 2 hours ago I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchon had a lot of friends, powerful friends. For your own sake,
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
This should have been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere else to sell this story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
You can't tell me what to...
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business? I didn't have an answer.
I'd only been in Paris for a week, but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted. As I picked myself up, I was really angry. One minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was going to do. I was going to find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty and equality and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and money, of course.
Alright, thank you very much for watching this end of part 1, which is actually a prequel to the original story. So we're actually gonna now start the real story of Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars. So I thought you liked it. This gives you a bit of a background to what actually what happened prior Broken Sword, which is quite interesting actually, because we know how now Nico will end up next to this cafe and how she's gonna meet George, but that's gonna be in part 2. Hopefully you're gonna join me in the next one, and let me know in the comments what you thought about Broken Sword so far, and thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.